Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to another day in the stock market. Today is July 28th. Powell had his speech yesterday and the market took it very well. So overall, we're starting off today on the SPY 1 year, 1 day, and we are coming back to the charts, right? Looking back at the charts, if you look at my previous videos, we always talk about how that MACD crossed over on the 1 year, 1 day, and it has been crossed up and the RSI has room for upside. And as you can see, even if Powell did not speak or anything like that, we are still on a bullish path overall still, right? Until this MACD crosses down, then we'll be on a bearish path, but we're still on the bullish path and the RSI has more room to the upside. So like I said, you could kind of guesstimate to see where can this RSI possibly go. And I think we could possibly even reach maybe even 420, maybe even 430s up here before we basically max out on overboughtness and possibly test this 1 year SMA line before we basically come down or we basically find some type of support and go higher. So that's what we need to watch for. Overall, the market is still bullish, dropping down towards the 180-day. You can see we are holding above this 180-day SMA, right? We're starting to be bullish and we are starting to form some type of step and staircase pattern, right? If we was to draw a line from the bottom over here to up here, you can see that we are basically forming some type of step and staircase pattern on our way up. So that's another key thing that we're seeing in terms of bullishness. So going forward today, RSI is a little bit more on the overbought side, so you want to be cautious as well. Could pull back, retest that trade line that we put over here, or that trend line. If we drop down towards the 20-day, you can see things a little bit clearer. You can see a nice trend going on over here. We did pull back. We hit 402 yesterday. We are overbought, so it's only natural for us to possibly want to pull back. It's just the waves of everything, right? You push up, come down. So let's see what happens. We do have GDP numbers coming out today. That's one news headline coming out before the market opens at 8:30. And then we also have jobless numbers coming out before the market opens as well. So watch for the break and hold above 450 cents, right? 450 cents tends to be some type of psychological resistance number. Once we start to hold above that and the trade line, we could possibly push up towards 403. So make sure you set your alerts. Right now, the 20-day is crossed down. It is on the bullish side of the MACD. But if we do get some type of pullback, we are overbought now only on the 180-day, but we're overbought on the 20-day. So definitely be cautious and look for a break and hold below, preferably because if we do start to fall, you could get in from like 399 down towards 398. That may not be enough for you, or you say if you want a bigger move. The reason we're stopping at 398, that's the 180-day trade line. So we need to break 398 before we can start going at 396, maybe even lower to 392. But overall, 398 is going to act as a major support today. So we may just basically drop down, touch it, bounce, or drop down and fade. So let's see what happens. Or we could just continue to go up higher. So anything can happen. So just make sure you wait for those key levels, that 450 cents towards that 402 and possibly higher, or 398 down towards like 396 and lower. Next stop we're going to talk about is infamous Tesla. So looking at Tesla over here, Tesla is showing extreme strength this morning. Let me see if there's any type of news. So I don't know, Elon Musk has some type of news with Dogecoin. Nothing really crazy, but as you can see, this is starting to form as like a gap fill pattern, right? Or it's already been a gap fill pattern. It basically was trading at 842, took a drop, held above the trade line on the 180-day, basically bounce off of that, and we're basically gapping up towards that 842 again. So let's see what happens. This could either be a double top or a breakout. Watch for the hold, break and hold above 842 before you could get in for calls towards like 850, possibly even higher. There is a nice little gap to be filled up towards 900. We are a little bit more on the overbought side, but if the market remains bullish, Tesla would remain bullish as well. If we do start to come back down, watch for a break and hold, possibly below 810. and we can start dropping down towards 786 and possibly lower. So set your alerts. One thing to note is the 180 is actually crossing over here. So that is a bullish sign. So let's see what happens if we're going to basically break that previous high on the 20-day, or we're going to reject it and come down. So that's the main thing we want to watch, right? That 842.36. See if we break that level. We are very overbought on the 20-day as well. It's been more overbought before. So let's see what happens. Be very cautious, especially when you're buying a stock that's overbought. Next stock we're going to talk about is Meta, right? So we are in earnings season still. Meta had earnings yesterday, right? Facebook had earnings yesterday after hours. So Facebook, Ford, QCOM, and a few other companies, right? Spotify, Boeing, Shopify. So all these companies had earnings yesterday. So want to keep an eye on Meta to see what's going to happen today, the day after. This morning, we have Tilray, Pfizer, MasterCard. Main one people are probably going to be watching or after hours is going to be Apple, Amazon, Roku, maybe Intel, but Amazon, Apple, and Roku probably be the top few that people are going to watch. But looking at Meta, Meta did drop on their earnings, so it wasn't as great as what people expected. So I want to watch to see what's going to overall happen. You can see it's starting to bounce, kind of like a double bottom over here. So if we start to basically bounce and hold above 163, we could start pushing up towards 168 to the upside. And if we do give this all up, I preferably want to see a break and hold below these levels over here. Right, I want to see a break and hold below at 157. We bounced off of it before, kind of bounced off of it recently. So below 157, we can start going to 155 to the downside. So watch out for that as well on Meta. All right, so that's going to be it. Make sure you guys trade cautiously, use a stop loss. Make sure you guys wait for overall direction before you guys get into a trade. Hopefully you guys all have a green trading day. Leave a like on the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.